Wonderful good day, everybody. Um, a very warm welcome to our Loop Faces talk today about the rising market of Poland. We have a wrong setup here. Everybody is a speaker, but thank goodness only 4 people can say something. Otherwise, we would have a chaos here. So we have the ones speaking here. We can see our faces, which is, I tell you, sometimes the technology is not working as we want it to. A very warm welcome to Loop Faces to this exciting talk today about the rise of the Polish market. There's really a reason why we're doing this, because we just had so much questions throughout the time. What is wrong with Poland? Because Poland has emerged as one of the most dynamic and promising markets in Europe. And just to give you some facts and figures, travelers from Poland made 16.9 million outbound visits in 2024, with a total international tourism expenditure of $10.4 million. So there was an increase in 2023 and 2024 of 20%. So we want to know why this is the case and why and what's going on with Poland. And I'm so happy to have some co-speakers, a real powerhouse here with me today, and powerhouse on knowledge. And I will start to introduce my first colleague. It's Stefan Bauer. Stefan is Austrian like I am, which is wonderful. But that's really great. Stefan Bauer, he grew up in Austria, surrounded by mountains and tourism, and discovered early the passion for travel, food and beverage and languages. And by now, Stefan has lived already on 3 continents, speaks 4 languages, and continues to get excited by new challenges in emerging markets. Having spent over 20 years with Hilton in training, but also regional operation director for Central Europe, Turkey, Russia, Israel, and he manages hotels in Prague and Rome and the Austrian Alps. And now he is in Poland. He naturally enjoys Poland and its great potential, and has his playground there since almost 5 years as general manager of the Nobu in Warsaw. And we are very much looking forward to having his insights of an Austrian living in Poland, and how is it there to, to live, and how does he see this this business going on. I have another very close friend in the talk today, which is Robert Szulc. Robert is a very interesting, very spiritual gentleman, I have to say, because he has a great passion for expedition and luxury travel at the same time. He's a political scientist by training, an entrepreneur by choice, a journalist by passion, and a traveler by a vocation. To date, he has visited over 150 countries on 6 continents, climbed South America's highest peak, Africa's highest peak, the Kilimanjaro, 3 times, and the highest peak in Europe, which is Elbrus and Mont Blanc. I didn't know Elbrus. He has run marathons in Stockholm and in Damascus and in German Sokotra. So a really experienced gentleman when it comes to experiential travel and adventure. He's a member of International Tourism Organization as well. So a very warm welcome to Robert at this stage as well. And another one, another gentleman we have coming in any second is Robert Grzybowski. He is actually boarding a cruise ship at 2 p.m. and he's trying to click in here. And Christina, Michael, he's trying to, I'm just getting a WhatsApp. Can you please get in touch with him so he gets the right link, because he's trying to WhatsApp me at the same time. So Robert, when he comes in, he's gonna really add some great content, because he's a pioneer of Poland's travel industry, a graduate of Warsaw School of Economics, and he founded the country's first private IATA agency in 1990. So he has since shaped the MICE sector with high-end incentive trips across all 7 continents, and often with unlimited budgets. At that time, this was unheard of. So he represented airlines and also in the cruise market, Royal Caribbean in Poland was the first one. And he is also the editor of Business Traveler. So a real pioneer here in the industry for sure. So I would like to start. We already have over 150 guests here in our talk, which is fantastic from all over the world. So we want to learn more about the Polish market. So can you please unmute your mics? Thank you. So we want to start understanding luxury in Poland. I would love to start with Stefan. You are the general manager of the Nobu, and you live there in Poland now since 5 years. So how do you see this as an Austrian? I would love to know, what does luxury mean in Poland today? And can it be really experienced locally? Is there a luxury lifestyle infrastructure in place, like fine dining, designer shopping, luxury hotels, or is luxury something still mainly consumed abroad? So how do you see this, and how developed is Poland in terms of luxury? Stefan, over to you, please.
Thank you, Astrid, for this introduction. And thanks for putting this great panel together. It's really amazing that we get a chance to do exactly what we need and put more focus on this beautiful country of Poland. So I think, as you rightly say, I've spent here now 5 years in 2 different countries, in 2 different cities, in Wrocław and in Warsaw. And you can really see how this country, so rich of tradition, yet a newcomer in so many ways, especially as an international tourist destination, and even more as a luxury traveler choice, is coming to life. I sometimes say to my friends, you know, one of the very good things about Warsaw in Poland is that it's only a 55-minute flight from Vienna. So, which allows me to go home often. But of course, the way that I mean that is that a lot of people that I meet on my travels and on a lot of the fairs, they are actually not aware in what a great location Warsaw and Poland is within Europe, and how close and how well connected it is. And I think this is one of the big starting points when we talk luxury, because the connectivity is fantastic. It's a great weekend escape. The airport of Warsaw is very centrally located. It's very, very easy to travel from the airport to the city. Where do you get into a downtown in Europe within 15 to 20 minutes from the airport? That's almost impossible. I think our very best guests in this fantastic hotel that we operate here since 4 years are actually from Poland, and I'm really glad and grateful to see how the Polish market inside the country is really developing, and how much, touching again on this luxury experience, how much they value coming to an international concept as we are. We are the only international restaurant concept in the whole country of Poland at that level, and actually at all. And it's great to see how well accepted we are also by the local community and by people generally from the entire country. And the country is big, luckily, and they are traveling from all over the country to Warsaw. Now, it's Poland and Warsaw is becoming really a melting pot for many different nationals from a team member perspective, but also it makes it super vibrant and dynamic to live here, and brings this additional boost. If you talk, shopping, we have a few of the big luxury brands already present,
but not
but
too much, right? Not too much, right?
Not too much. They are all centered basically in one big mall, so to speak, on a very good level. But it's not your well-known, Bond Street or Paryżka Street in Prague or similar like that. But, we rather focus actually on local, for example, fashion designers. We have fantastic people here on the local market with great boutiques, great offerings that make it particularly interesting as you connect to the local community. I mean, even, luxury shopping at times can get a bit boring, so you want to actually see something different, and that's definitely something that Warsaw, but also beyond the capital, can already offer. The Michelin Guide was just here again this year, and they have restarted putting Poland on the map. Restarted, I'm saying, because it has kind of dropped off the radar, but the potential that we have here is tremendous. We have now a huge boost on Michelin star 1 and 2-star restaurants in the country, and it is really great to see how education is experiencing a great uplift here from a chef's perspective, waiter's perspective, etc.
Very, very cool. Absolutely. But it seems like, if I understand correct, that the Polish people do want to leave the country for traveling, which is good news, of course, for outgoing business, because there's so much more luxury to experience outside. Definitely. I would now also like to welcome Diana. We cannot see you, Diana, but can you say something? I think you are here, right?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Diana. Welcome, welcome. I would love to introduce you, Diana Carter from Luxury Travel Management. She has been an instrumental in shaping the luxury travel landscape in Poland, another pioneer here. We really have the powerhouse. So with Diana's expertise and passion for delivering exceptional experiences, she really established itself as a leading agency at that time with luxury travel management. And in 2019, the agency rebranded and emerged as Carter, like everybody I'm sure knows very well, showing an even stronger focus on creating personalized travel experiences. So today, Carter continues to deliver outstanding luxury travel services. And by the way, it's also Carter is also preferred partner of Mandarin Oriental Fan Club, Rosewood, Elite, Belmont, just to name a few. So a very warm welcome, Diana, as well. And I would love to get you into the conversation now. And it would be great to hear how you see the development of the Polish luxury market. Okay, so Andy just writes that they can see you, Diana. I cannot. So it's good we can see you. Welcome. So Diana, that's all is fine. Fine. We are here.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Astrid. Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to join the panel. Yeah, in terms of luxury in our domestic market, we have done a lot. However, we are still far behind, let's say, the Western Europe. We don't have a history of hoteliers. We don't have generations of people being in the hotel business. Therefore, it's still on the go. We still have a long way to go when it comes to luxury domestic market. Nobu Warsaw is probably, and Raffles, Warsaw is the most developed city in Poland in terms of gastronomy, F&B, and hotels. And however, Poland is not only Warsaw. When we speak, it's a large country. We do have some, let's say, decent hotels at the seaside or in the mountains, but it is nothing to compare to the level of resorts, seaside resorts in France or Spain or any other places. So as far as luxury domestic market is concerned, there is not much competition. So the clients still choose 9 out of 10, 95 out of 100, they choose vacations abroad due to the fact that they are used to top luxury services and then they cannot find it locally. And the same when it comes to the restaurants improved substantially. The F&B, the wine culture is becoming more present. The restaurants have improved, the service have improved. However, when it comes to the top-notch luxury hotels, we are really long way to go, which is good news for us. Astrid.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very good. Thank you so much for the insight. Now, Robert, in terms of the development in Poland and the luxury desires, you are very, very strong in the experiential adventure travel. And one would think that, you know, if you don't have so much luxury in the country, you are looking for all the brands and you want to do the brands that are very good and you want to travel there, but you have been developing that market well. And how do you see the potential there? Is the Polish luxury client open for adventure?
Hello everybody. Thank you for inviting me to this panel. Always pleasure to talk with the people connected with our industry. I am more than 26 years in the industry, and maybe some of you remember. So it was no internet during this time when I started work. Now is much easier to connect. Like we use internet now, but 26 years ago it was quite different. And Poland is changing from this time when it was dark and gray in Poland. Now is much colorful, and I think the big change we have in the meaning of luxury in the heads of Polish people, because in the minds of Polish people, because now we know what is the meaning of luxury from our international travels, and we are trying to implement it in Poland. Of course, this is a long way. This is not happened like for the moment. This is not a 3 or 5 or even 10 years, but I see a big change and big potential for luxury travelers in Poland. We are connecting luxury with adventures, with adventurous things in our ideas, in our concept. For incentive groups as well, because we got high-end clients for the incentives, but also for our individuals, because this is a thing. Especially what we are seeing, what we are meaning with the luxury tourism. What is luxury nowadays? This is the main question what we need to ask ourselves and our partners. What is luxury? Luxury is only 5-star hotels and high-end restaurants, or luxury is finding a place where is a peace and you have a privacy, you have a very nice personalized service, and you got some the activities, individual activities, what you can do only in such a places. So Poland, I will say one sentence after Stefan, because Warsaw last year was the best European capital to visit. We got this title as a city. So that means so we are very very nice as a Warsaw. But I agree also with Diana about so Poland is not only Warsaw. Poland is different cities. I think second good developed city is Krakow, because it's a touristic city. We have some boutique hotels there. We got some UNESCO World Heritage sites like Wieliczka Salt Mine, which is amazing, and many other places. But but Polish people are very curious with the finding, with the searching for different things in the world. That's why we started with the travels to Egypt, to Greece, to Tunisia, and now we are the second level was Canary Islands, like Africa, the closer destinations in Africa, some Asian destinations. Now world is open for the Polish tourists and Polish tourists, and also Polish companies, which is very interesting. But also international companies and offices in Poland, they are very open for the taking people to the different places, to build loyalty, to build a good relationship using incentive travels. And this is growing. This is fast growing, and we are still, as a Poland, we are green point of economy map of Europe. So that's a few information about the Polish market.
Fantastic. No, I think this is very valuable, and I would like to put this next question to Stefan and Diana. Diana, start with you, if I may. We see this amazing growth of 20% actually, but now we are asking ourselves, where is this business coming from? Because is it because the Polish economy is doing so well? Is it maybe also because some, and this is something we have to speak out, it's there, the Ukrainians obviously are moving into Poland for good reasons. They also have a longing for living, for having a better life, and all they also contributing to the travel in out of Poland, or what is it, what makes it so strong at the moment? 20% plus, more airlifts are happening, and even a new airport is being built. Diana, would love to hear from you. What is your opinion? How do you see this?
Yes, sure. There's 20% growth. I see it as a combination of all of the factors that you've just mentioned. So you cannot be just one thing. So certainly the market is becoming more mature, and the awareness is growing steadily. We are serving right now already the second generation of our clients. So it means that our first clients were traveling with their kids when they were small, and now the grown-up kids are already traveling with us and their families. So when you were brought up in an environment that you go for skiing to St. Moritz or Courchevel, you want to go back there skiing when you're an adult, while the parents were tending to go to the cheapest places, I don't know, in Slovakia, Austria, or South Poland, or Livigno in Italy. So we certainly came a long way to educate the nation a little bit how to travel better and how to spend the money wiser. It means definitely the best top-notch places make the vacations more memorable. Another thing is that the society is becoming more affluent, which means more money is spent also on ourselves, on the things that you cannot touch, which means on experiences. So more people spend money on things that not to show off, but to have for themselves. And one of these things is definitely luxury travel. So the time of COVID showed also that life can be very fragile and unpredictable. Then the war started, and people realized that not only the hard goods, the real estate or cars, that this is the real value, but is it really the real value? So it's also under another breaking point, I would say, was the COVID and the war that made people realize that there is maybe less time than they thought left in their lives to enjoy the money that they have been making. And we experienced also an exodus of the affluent clients buying properties in very desirable locations around Europe, in many different expensive for real estate locations like Italy, south of France, or Marbella, where Polish clients are, for example, number 5 in Marbella in terms of buying properties. So, but it also shows that the travel is considered now not as wasting money as it used to be in the times of our parents. They were considering traveling as a waste of money. Now it's actually, it turns out like the wise investment. You show the kids the world, and you become open to all the cultures. It's a different perspective.
Very good.
Another thing could be that we have an influx also of the Ukrainian people moving, coming to Poland and moving. Either they moved permanently or it was like a stopover for them. We also have some Ukrainian clients. I wouldn't say they are our It's not even 10%. It is a few percent, but they still use their own Ukrainian agents that they used to use, that they moved to sometimes to Poland, to Germany, to all over Europe. But we also got a small portion of that market.
Absolutely. Okay. Wow, that was interesting. It makes us really understand, and also, as Robert said, to understand what is happening in the country, in Poland, and why it is moving as it is. Stefan, in terms of, you have this beautiful Nobu hotel in Warsaw as a GM, and when we look at you, I mean, Robert mentioned new companies are coming in, etc. Are you profiting in the hotel? Nobu is one of the luxury brands there. And how is it for you? Where does your audience come from? And what do you see where the wealth is coming from in Poland? What is your observation as an expatriate, more or less? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, first of all, I agree with all the points that Diane was saying. You know, it's a mix of everything that is helping. We also had minimum wage increase in the last 2 years by almost 30%. So there was 3 big increases, which also helps. Exactly what Diane was saying. We see that luxury goods, you know, the hardware is maybe slightly moving away, and people have more disposable income also to spend on experiences. So that's one thing. We have a very interesting partnership with the car manufacturer BMW here in Poland, and just an interesting fact that actually BMW Europe is selling most of the luxury cars within the Polish market. So just gives you some idea of the buying power also for, let's say, Western goods that have entered the market. Of course, we know that a lot of the big companies from Western Europe have originally moved to Czech Republic, let's say. They are now further moving to Poland. Also, you know, one reason are, of course, the wage levels, the salary levels. But this is changing, and I think it's also a good thing. You know, more than 20 years we are celebrating the entry of Poland into the European Union. So there must be, of course, a great knockoff effect now being noticeable and visible. I think our customers, again, it's a mix. I would still say 70% are corporate business travelers, because they are coming to Poland to really work on their existing opportunities, but also explore new opportunities. Of course, there is a leisure market. I mean, our hotel is mainly, the Nobu brand is built on its original idea for the kind of luxury boutique traveler, the lifestyle traveler that goes into various resort destinations, but also city destinations. In Warsaw, we really see that split of about 70% of corporate business travelers, and the rest is leisure travel. For us at least, and it's our main GOB is really the US, a very important market also incoming for us here in Warsaw particularly, but not only. We also manage a hotel in Wrocław, which is another secondary city, also up and coming. We have a M Gallery, the Bridge Hotel there, and it's a very similar situation. A lot of booming industries in the surroundings. But also, of course, more and more interest from the local travelers. We see also, of course, UK, the rest of Europe is coming in quite strongly. Israel, we have started a lot of collaboration before, what recently, unfortunately, happened there. But Asia, Middle East. So there is a huge interest from really everywhere. So yeah, I think also for us, the Ukraine is maybe more of an importance in regards to labor and workforce, because we have approximately 50% of our employees in the hotel are coming now from the Ukraine. Which is good for us, because otherwise I think we would struggle to fill the positions. But that's also nothing unusual. I mean, looking back at Austria, already in the 70s, 80s, we did not have Austrians working in the tourism. We're relying from guest workers from the from the Balkan, from ex-Yugoslavia, Croatia nowadays, etc. So we were lucky to have those guest workers in our businesses, and the same we are experiencing here now. So yeah, that's the situation at the moment.
That's a very good point. Yeah, thank you for sharing these insights. Absolutely. Robert, you are very strong in the MICE segment. It's actually your major business since ever. I am always wondering, because I get feedback from the hotels that the Polish market is also doing so well in the MICE industry. And I even hear that German companies are booking through Poland because there's no compliance, because we have this very strict compliance law in Germany when it comes to luxury travel, etc. So have you experienced that? And are you, would you say for hotels or for partners, that we should look into developing the MICE business in Poland because there's so much more demand there? What are you seeing?
For sure. We are talking in an industry with my colleagues from the MICE segment of our industry. And they say everybody's working hard now because we got many groups. For us, it's like 25, 30 groups per year, what we are doing in a different places. For example, this year, I got 3 groups to Singapore. I got a group to Nepal. I got a group to New Zealand and Australia, to Rwanda, to different destinations, because Polish companies, as I mentioned before, they are very open for travels and for the using incentive trips as a part of strategy, the communication strategy, building your loyalty, and this is very important for the communication. One of the last project what we have done, it was a Mauritius with the deep sea fishing, for example. It was something amazing to see how the people from the construction industry, they are mostly men. So it was a lot of competition between them to catch a marlin or tuna or other fish.
Absolutely.
And it was something, because it was 2 times during our one trip when we were on the boats, and we got a big marlin. So everybody's happy. But this was also a good opportunity to build relationship with the emotions, because the emotions and being together to exchange our knowledge, to exchange our views. This is very important. Networking is very important for the making business for the future. That's why the companies, they know this way, and they know how it works in Poland. And interesting thing is, so almost all of companies, they do something for the building loyalty. So if you have a competitors who doing incentive trips, you must do it as well. So it makes the markets growing and growing for the incentive groups. And I know, so my colleagues from the industry, they have the same level of work these years. The worst thing is we don't have such a bigger budget like we used to have in early 90s or after that, because it was I remember a budget when I got like €500,000 for the incentive group or for the opening ceremony of something like that. Nowadays, they are looking for each euro, but they want to pay. They know, so they need to pay for the
quality.
high quality. But they ask many times about savings, and they are looking for savings by themselves. So they are thinking, making booking directly with the hotels is a key to have some savings, or booking flight tickets also is a part of making savings. But this is a way to nowhere, because after that they want to have our service to keep everything in one piece of project. So this is for us. If some clients they are booking hotels by themselves, we are not doing service for the hotels because we don't have money on it. So that's why we are doing a lot of education for our clients. We are showing them how to spend the money. where the money goes. We are doing also education for the living money in the local communities. So CSR programs also very important for us. Still, this is a thing what we can do with our traveling, with our money. So how we can support local communities, how we can support countries, and we put a lot of knowledge about the countries. Before, 20 years ago, it was only a trip, drinking alcohol and have a fun. Now it's a completely different. So I see my clients, even I have some of my clients, they are more than 20 years with us, 16 years with us, more than 10 years with us. And they are changing perspective after these few years of traveling with us for more responsible tourism, for more. Also, you can drink coffee and tea in the same time, but you can have that means so you can have a fun. You can have a different activities, but also in the same time you can be responsible with the traveling.
Absolutely.
And we are trying to find a new definition of luxury for our, especially for our corporate clients, because they need some refreshing. They need meetings,
a different
not
approach,
in the official
different
office
perspective.
space.
Yeah.
We are trying to help them to catch a new perspective for the luxury meaning of traveling.
But this means there's a lot of potential still out there. But Robert, the
a
problem
lot of work.
a lot of work. Yeah, it's becoming much more complex and more work. And the problem you have mentioned, obviously, about clients wanting to book direct. This is not only in Poland. Believe me, we are fighting all over in our industry, and we are fighting for the travel trade as Lobster, because I know we all know what work you guys are putting in, and there's so many things happening in the world. I would never book a trip direct personally, to be honest. And Diana, this is my next question, because this was always also on my mind. We would love to understand the mechanism. How do you book? As I mean, first of all, Carter, you probably have a lot of direct contracts with hotels as well, I'm assuming. But how, in general, is the tour operator playing a big role in the luxury segment in Poland? And how do you see this direct bookings going past you? Is this happening in the leisure segment especially?
Yes, of course. It's been happening since we opened the business in 2003. So it's we have certain way of market our services, our products. And as you know, we have a very nice brochure, which is amazing, because in Poland right now, in terms of luxury, we are the only one having the magazine, which still is doing very well. And we send it also to about 1,000 accounts with a nice bottle of champagne with some designer cosmetics or chocolates. So we make sure it goes by DHL, so we know that all the clients get it with the gift. Let's say the most important clients, because we have more than 1,000 clients. But let's say it's been always the question, like, some clients don't even compare. They don't even write to us, don't ask for an offer. They are just used to booking the vacations themselves, and they are quite proud that they don't need anybody. However, they still need the inspirations. So this is the fun fact. So many people use us as, let's say, luxury travel Bible to check what Carter offers, but they will never ever book with us. And that's why we
okay.
So I have a joke. If it was the case, if people were using us, more clients that look at our website or at our brochure, we have the work with the Forbes also, with like inserts. If even 10% of people who receive it booked with us, I would be a billionaire, and I wouldn't be sitting here where I'm sitting. So it's mathematics. It's the top luxury. It's less than 2% of whatever your marketing is. And however, we've done a lot of work on our market to increase the awareness, to raise the awareness about the properties, about the top luxury hotels, products, trains, cruises, whoever we work with, and also the wide array of luxury services. that we can provide. So, but the clients who use our services can be quite loyal, and we have repeaters for 30, 40 times, buying trips for 15, 20 years with their children, with their whole families. And that is not going to change quickly, because some people just like the comfort of, they like to be in the best hands, and they know that whatever happens with the flights or luggage, we take care of that. So sometimes it was a curious situation during COVID times when more people turned to us because they didn't feel safe to travel on their own. So we actually got a big comeback of clients that left us, let's say left between in the brackets. They left, but they came back because they needed the certificates, they needed they needed the paperwork, and they felt much more safe, secure to travel with us. But the specific clients who book with us, they are the high, let's say the high spenders. Talking to the hoteliers, I get a good feedback that clients that we send, they normally spend a lot in the hotels. They spend on F&B, they spend on spa, they spend on alcohols, they spend in boutiques. So they spend very often, they spend more in the hotel than they pay to us to book the hotel. And this means that sometimes one client from Carter can be worth two of another, let's say, more mass company, where they only look the beginning and the end of the trip is what they pay to the agency, and then they maybe use the spa outside, or they bring, I don't know, they definitely, we get a great feedback in terms of the quality of our customers.
Very good. Now that's a fantastic. That's the way it should be. I just have a quick question. Is our other Robert in? No. Okay. We have because two gentlemen on the run. Stefan, you raised your hand. I think you're at the airport. You need to catch a plane, right? You raised your hand. Did you want to say something? Because we're gonna wrap it up now. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to, because I was kicked out for a second, so I just wanted to make one important comment still, going back to the MESZ topic from before. So I think we have some great partners here locally, you know, from the national carrier, Lot Polish Airlines, the Warsaw Tourism Office, the Polish Tourism Office, the local DMC, so many companies that support us here locally when it comes to tourism within the country. But I think one big thing, which some maybe don't know, we are still fighting for a big modern Congress center. Yeah, we do not have a proper convention hall, a Congress center. The city, I talk about Warsaw right now, is so attractive for MESZ and big citywide congresses, but probably to some people's surprise, we do not have one really single citywide congress business within Warsaw, and that is really a big. I think it's an opportunity, and hopefully, I know that they are renovating the current Congress Center next to the Palace of Culture, but I think we need something comparable, you know, to Vienna or those cities alike that really bank money on those big citywide events, also supporting the big hotels and to fill them up, because otherwise, you know, we are still, of course, continue to struggle on that front, and the destination is not as attractive as it could be, because a lot of the big congresses cannot consider Warsaw, for example, as a destination.
Absolutely. We got Robert in now. So I said everybody's trapped. Robert is just about to depart on a cruise ship, and I think 2 o'clock is the departure. So it's like a little bit, but this is our life. We're in travel, and it's amazing that you can all make it happen. Robert, welcome. I already introduced you in the beginning. We just have one information missing now, actually, and that's the flights. I was talking, you are, amongst many other things, you are a flight expert. Tell us about the airlines and the new airport that is being planned, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to give one punchline to general talk about the luxury travel in Poland. I've
Yes.
noticed, and it's confirmed by the numbers, that there is a period before COVID and after COVID.
Mhm.
And the year 23 and 24, you can see a very rapid growth of luxury travel. And this trend continues this year. Referring to one of my business, which is cruising, I can tell you that the year 24 was the best ever, where we doubled our revenue. And in terms of luxury segment, the clients started to book, first of all, much higher categories of staterooms. The record was $72,000. Parents with 2 children on Icon class ship for a week cruise only. Yeah, the most expensive suite. So people simply realize that the life is short. I mean, after the COVID experience, that they can pass away quickly, and they already have big houses, nice cars, etc. And it's time to explore the world and share it with their friends and impress them, etc. So we are in a way benefiting from it. So this is a very positive trend, and the first 6 months of this year proves that it continues. Now, about the airlines, the comment about new airport is very difficult because there is a political struggle. I mean, we have 2 parties fighting with each other, and it's really I don't want to talk about it, to continue. New airport is a question of next 7 years, probably. Nothing will happen before, and nothing will take off from there before. So we have to live with what we have now, and we have a good system of domestic airports. There is Warsaw with 20 million passengers per year. Last year there is Kraków with 11. There is then Gdańsk and Katowice, and finally very nice airport with in Wrocław. Since your company is very much involved in the Middle East, and your partners that you represent come from that area, eastbound, what we can now observe is the sky bridge that exists between Poland and Middle East because of Emirates daily flight on wide-body aircraft. Their sister company Fly Dubai, operating out of Warsaw, Kraków, and Poznań. We have even low costs of Air Arabia, which started this year. But among the big players in the luxury travel segment, there is, of course, Qatar Airways with 2 flights per day. And there is, since the beginning of June, Etihad 4 times per week, operating Dreamliner aircraft. Moreover, Turkish Airlines is a good quality and big player in luxury travel segment because their onboard product is very nice, and they are operating from Warsaw, recently Kraków, and LOT Polish Airlines starts operation out of Gdańsk through Istanbul. They are both in Star Alliance, so they will be able to code share on routes everywhere, but mostly we are using Turkish Airlines, of course, eastbound. Yeah, so other than that, Maciek Pyrka, who was supposed to be on this call and couldn't, he shared with me that when he had 777 wide-body aircraft to Dubai, first class was filled as number 1, then business class, and then economy. So it shows the trend in a luxury segment. We also observe the growth of any other airlines like Lufthansa and Air France, KLM, for example, who are global airlines. That the results of business class, which we consider luxury part of the segment, it is growing. So this is a quick. And also our national carrier operating the wide-body aircraft. I fly myself on the charter flight every year to Maldives, which is Ithaca, but you can buy seats, and it's a Dreamliner aircraft, so very comfortable 8.5 hours night flight. And business class, you can't purchase business class, then the premium is filled up, and then economy as the last ones.
Excellent. Okay, fantastic. Well, thanks for that great insight. Before I say goodbye to everybody, we could talk for more. It's so interesting. Robert, where are you embarking now? On which ship are you? Where are you going?
No, I'm a host. I have guests invited in Gdańsk, and I'm on a beautiful Azamara luxury ship with which is a boutique product. So
excellent.
that is why this timing, and I had technical problems, so I'm sorry for being late. But we are in Gdańsk at the moment, still at Westerplatte.
Excellent. Well, I would like to say we are almost an hour. Everybody was listening very closely. I got a lot of questions in between. I saw. Thank you from the deepest of my heart, dear Diana, for taking the time. Dear Robert, to my dear Roberts and dear Stefan, you are all jumping on some plane, ships, wherever, and even on holiday. I really appreciate it from the deepest of our hearts for doing this for our community. Thank you very much. Have a lovely summer. Take care, and sending lots of love, and to all our audience as well. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Have a good day.
Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.